Curry paste, tomato puree, Sichuan chili bean paste, sambal. What do they all have in common? They shine with oil. In fact, some need oil to shine. Think mapo tofu or proper tomato sauce. Today, we're using that quality to make some extremely tasty mushrooms. First, we bloom the sauce of your choice. You can use anything with flavors that dissolve in oil. From anchovy paste to sriracha, I'll leave you a list in the description. Non-stick skillet to make life easier. Low heat to prevent burning in the beginning. A touch of oil to start. Two things to bear in mind. One, salt management. In total, we're aiming for 0.4% salt of the weight of our mushrooms. Shockingly low because they are deceptively hard to season. Mushrooms in general are about 90% moisture, so after proper browning, they lose at least half of their weight. Suddenly we have 1% salt, so check the back label of whatever sauce you're using to not get surprised by your own cooking. 2. Fat management. Of course you can use as much as you like, but the minimum for good texture, even heating and flavor distribution is 4%. One thing to note is that some sauces are preserved in oil, so adjust accordingly. Once your fat is starting to look like whatever sauce you're using, we have the easiest task in the world. Do crowd the pan because we're doing this with a two-staged approach. First, we're just boiling some water. For 500 grams of mushrooms, 450 grams of water to be precise. Cooking our mushrooms in the process and mixing the wonderful water-soluble flavors. Once there's not much steam coming out and your mushrooms have shrunk in half, that means the wonderful water-soluble flavors have been concentrated and our 0.4% salt is now close to 1%. We crank up the heat and we start browning the mushrooms and toasting the solids of the sauce of your choice to develop complex and meaty flavors via the Maillard reaction. And if your sauce contains sugar, nutty complexity via caramelization. Look at that. Whew. We manage the heat to make sure the sugar content doesn't burn. Now, while mushrooms technically do not absorb oil, this is as coated as they can be. Oh, I'm using Sichuan chili bean paste, by the way, but there's no excuse to not make this one. And these are my mushroom flavor bombs.